Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to start this loops and threads crochet kit that's a taco. I just picked this up at Michael's. I am still in my car. I got a boba drink, an ice cream cone, some fruits, and that's all I can remember. And the taco, I think that's all I got was those four. So I have to be in the car for a little bit. I'm going to start working on this guy, and then I will bring you my review on what the kits are like later on. So as you can see, it's a plastic crochet hook. It looks like kind of like the one that I reviewed from Dollar Tree. And then there's eyes. There is a yarn needle. I do not know if there's a stitch marker in there. And then yarn. So I just wanted to film that really quick before I opened it up. Okay, I'm at home. I only worked so much in the car and then I had to stop. Had to drive. So each kit is supposed to be $9.99. What you get in the kit is everything you need. Shows in the back what you get. Filling, eyes, stuff to make the face. This one did not have a stitch marker. That's because you join every single round and you don't need to mark your first stitch because it is joining each round. It tells you the size that it should be. Okay, and each one has their own size. So on the berries, shows you strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry all have different sizes. And the boba tea has its own size. Her name is Betsy. 4 by 6 by 4. Skill level on these is intermediate on all of them. The ice cream cone, who is Isla, 3 by 6.5 by 3. The taco, which I've been working on, should be 7 by 4.5 by 2. And yes, they're all intermediate. They say 6 hours is the projected time for the taco and the berries, 8 hours for the drinks. So, ice cream cone and drink. I don't think any of them have stitch markers. There's no stitch markers on the diagrams on the back. So this is what I have done thus far. Everything is so crinkly all the time. Not far, right? It's supposed to be 7 inches, so I'm about halfway there, I guess. The yarn is soft, it's nice. Pretty much right now, it's like making the top of a hat. You just increase the same way. Then I suppose once the taco part is done, oops, then we do the cute edging with the green and the red. Add the eyes and the smile. And done. So this one's really simple. I want to say the only reason it's intermediate is probably the edging and that you're working in the round. Otherwise, the instructions are really clear. One side of the instruction, it's a really large piece of paper that unfolds. One side has like all of your stitches and diagrams for your stitches. And then the back has the pattern, which is not very long. It's about half the page. The toppings, that's what the, oh, that's adorable. The red and the green is toppings. And it tells you how to do that after the taco's done. So I am on, what was I on? I was on 7 and it goes to round 10. So the circle is gonna measure 7 inches across. So yeah, I'm about halfway there right now. I think it's pretty straightforward. Tells you how to whip stitch and everything. So this one's really simple. I'm thinking the ice cream cone will be more involved, but this one is really simple thus far. Like I got that far in the car and I wasn't trying hard, but like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is like doing the top of a hat and then you fold it over and you have a taco. Who knew? I kind of knew. I made a pigeon that way once. I made a bird that way. So I'm going to work on them. Once I am done with them, I will come back and let you know, show you what they look like, because I'm making all of these actual size. I'm not using different yarn on these ones. So far, taco one is super good. I like it. There's no instructional video, but I don't think that's necessary at all. The pattern's really straightforward. So yeah, I'll be back to you in a while. I have changed the topping on my taco. What I would guess is the red one is, I don't know, tomatoes. I don't like the way the pattern is written. I tried it and I tried it again. I didn't like it. So I did change the taco topping. What I did was I started with a chain 2 at the beginning. I skipped the 1 stitch. I did 6 double crochets. I chained 2. I slip stitched. I skipped 1, slip stitched into the next one. And then I chained 2, skipped 3 stitches, slip stitched in the next. Chain 2, skipped 1 stitch, 6 double crochets in the next. Chain 2, skipped 1 stitch, slip stitch. Chain 2, skip 3 stitches, over and over and over. That's how I did it. I don't like the changing green to red, so now I'm going to attempt to do the green. I'll let you know what I do to make it work. I just did not. It was so fiddly. I did not like that at all. I did it all the way around, and it looked nothing like on the box. So I don't know who did the pattern on the box, but mine looked nothing like it. So maybe it's user error and it's a me problem, but that's the way my red is going to be. I will let you know about the green. Jessica had asked that if I use the yarn bowl to show it, so she's new and she's never used a yarn bowl, and so since she hasn't used a yarn bowl, she would like me to show how I use mine. Typically yarn bowls will have a slot in them like this, and then the yarn will come out down here. That's to help guide it, to keep it from popping out of your yarn bowl. If you have a bowl that does not have some sort of way to keep the yarn secure in it like this, it will end up popping out as you pull from the ball. This also is an avenue where you can put the yarn in if you want. It is an option. I don't like doing that just because if I need to take my project somewhere and I have my project permanently attached to my yarn bowl, I'm gonna be sad. I don't want to take my yarn bowl out of the house. That defeats the purpose. So I don't use the hole here for yarn. But if you have one project and you sit in the same spot, or you don't mind leaving your house with a yarn bowl, or you don't leave your house with a yarn bowl and you just leave that project there, that hole will work for you. You can also tuck your crochet hook in there. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that with a project inside, but I suppose it is an option to keep your project in your hook like so. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. I've never done that. I've never used the holes for knitting needles. I know some have 2 holes. Some yarn bowls have 2 holes in it for your knitting needles. I don't do that either. Typically, if I am leaving my knitting sitting out, I will stick my needles in my project to keep the tips safe. That's what I do. But this slot is to help you from keeping, it's to help you keep the ball inside as you're unwinding it, and then it doesn't pop out. That's what it's for. I do use it that way. So green I attached, I chained 2. Now I'm going to dip down here into that space that I skipped from the red when I did the red. I'm going to slip stitch into that. Just like so, if it wasn't slippery. Okay, let's work on this, shall we? Slip stitching. Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna chain 2 loosely. I'm gonna go over to the other one, and I'm gonna slip stitch into that one. Then I'm gonna chain 2, and around this red chain 2 I did on my previous round, I'm gonna do 6 double crochets in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna chain 2. I'm gonna go down to this space right there that I had skipped and slip stitch into that. Chain 2 loosely. Go over to my next skipped stitch, slip stitch. Go to my next chain 2. Oh, first I got chain 2. Then I'm going to go over to my next chain 2 space and put 6 double crochets. I'm going to just do that all the way around. I'll fold it so that you can see what it looks like with my version. 4, 5, 6. So once you're done, you put it together and then you fold it right side out. Okay. So this would be my right side out, obviously all the way around. I'd be having green. I'm happy with that. I'm good with that. I like that. So on the box, let me show it to you real quick, since this is a review video. Mine didn't look like that. It did not look like that. And I'm not new. I was trying my best. It did not look that way. So this is as close as I can get it to that way in an easier route. I mean, I don't really know what else to do. And I think it works fine. So I'm going to do that for my toppings. I think the other way is cuter, but I can't get it to work, so I'm not going to get it to work. It's probably a me problem, but you know, I'm here and I'm in the now right now, and I want to finish the taco. So that is what I'm going to do. After everyone, I'm going to chain 2, and I suppose if I wanted to intertwine the red with the green, I could slip stitch it that way. I could go through that, right? And I could slip stitch down there. That just feels more fiddly. It was so fiddly when I did it the first time around. I didn't like the design. I'm sorry, whoever designed it. I'll chain 2 loosely and see what this looks like. Slip stitch into the, well, yeah, it's right there. It's just a really big one. And the stitch that was skipped. This is pretty splitty yarn, for the record. Now if I go through here and I chain 2, it's probably going to look more intertwined. 1, 2, and then 6 double crochet. Let's see what that looks like. I think it's going to look terrible, but who knows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also think they give you more red than green. No, I don't like that at all. I like my first thought, so I'm going to go back and do my first thought. That is not, no, I don't like that. Move my red down, and then I'm going to slip stitch into my skipped stitch. Oh, this yarn. Chain 2 loosely, slip stitch into skipped stitch, chain 2, 6 double crochets in the chain 2. So that's what I'm going to do. I know this makes 0 sense unless you are making the taco. But I did not like their pattern. It didn't make sense. Straight up didn't make sense in my brain, so I'm doing this. At least this makes sense in my brain. Then once you get done, you sew it together, and then those little frillies will become less crazy. I think it will be fine. I think it will be good, and that's the way I'm doing it. So I'm going to finish up the taco. My daughter-in-law said it was okay to put the safety eyes on. I'm still nervous about it, so I will decide if I'm going to do that or make eyes, because if I'm responsible for a child choking, I'm going to be the saddest grandma on earth. So chances are I'll probably just make eyes and save the safety eyes for something when she's older. Right now she's not even 1, so I think it's kind of a bad idea to do it. So that is what I am doing right now. I will keep coming to you with updates. Okay, so I have the green done on the taco with the red. I do believe I was correct. The green, there's this much left. That's it. Red has way more. And I do believe that while I was working the way I did mine, while I was working it, I used less green than I did red. So I do believe they give you more red for whatever reason. It doesn't matter, I got enough all the way around. So I haven't read the directions as of yet, but I'm sure that you fold it in half, stuff it, put your eyes on it. This tail is to sew it together. Do that. And then I'm going to do the eyes and do the mouth before I do anything else. It's way easier to do the eyes and the mouth before it's stuffed and closed. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me look at the directions. Maybe I have been wrong all along. Okay, so it says you make the taco, right? Tells you what it will measure, 7 inches. Fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing. It does not tell you to sew. It doesn't tell you to stuff. It says step 2, topping row. You work on the wrong side of the taco, just like I did. So I did all that. Oh. So you're only supposed to do one side. Oh. Wow, A+ for reading instructions. Okay. All right. So on the box, you only do one side of the taco. So you have plenty of yarn if you read the directions. Okay. You're going to start on the wrong side, wherever you left off on your wrong side. And then you're only doing half. You're gonna do like that much. You're gonna do that up. So you're gonna just do one side of your circle. Okay. Okay. I guess that makes more sense. Is it weird? What do you think? I think this looks more like a hard shell than this side does. I know this is the right side of the work and all that. But that looks more like a taco shell to me. Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of topping. Check out all the topping. Anyway, you're only supposed to do half of it, so there's not enough yellow to do another taco. The yellow that is left, and I followed the directions to a T on that. It's just that much. It's enough to sew in. So I think I'm going to leave all the topping on. I think it's kind of cool, personally. It's a lot of topping, and I like it. So I'm going to leave all the topping, and I'm going to finish this bad boy up, and I will keep you informed on what I do. Okay, so I am popping in for a small video insert because I'm going to forget things if I don't. So, Billy, Ruby, and Stella. It's the blueberry, the raspberry, and the strawberry. I'm on the raspberry. That was the last one on the pattern page for these guys. Ruby, which is the raspberry, she has popcorn stitches, and that gives her holes in her fabric. Now, these aren't for children, right? They're not for children. Under 3, it says. So, I'm giving mine to a child under 3. But I don't want the stuffing to come through these holes because of the popcorns. I'm using felt to fill my raspberry because it matches, and felt is cheap, and I had it on hand. As you can see, I've used it for other stuff. So I'm going to fill Ruby with the felt, then I'm going to make her top. A couple of significant things about the patterns. They don't have videos, but I don't care. There's no QR code to scan on these at all, like a lot of them. The instructions are great. The instructions are very thorough. They give you options for magic ring or to chain whatever and join in the ring. Join to make a ring. They have diagrams to show you how to do the popcorn stitch, which is the most difficult stitch on these 3. I mean, it tells you everything you need to know. I think the instructions are really well. They tell you step by step and what step you're doing, what to add to what. They show a diagram of all of the berries, and then you have the picture on the front of the instruction here. I'll pop it in right there that you can go by, and then of course the box picture. So you have a lot of options as far as visuals. I did different stuff on all of mine than the pattern, and I'll show you that in a while. I just wanted to pop in here and say I'm going to fill Ruby with a felt because of her gaps in her, because of the stitches. So that is it. I'm going to keep working and I'll be back to you. Okay, so I have Billy, Ruby, and Stella finished from this kit. I have Tia the Taco finished, which I believe I already talked about her. If not, she was the easiest one thus far. I did the stuffing different, or the toppings different than what was recommended. I did the eyes different, whatever. Like, That's what I do. I do things different. So I should have popped on and talked about Ruby here and how I stuffed her. I did have some left of that. By the way, you can pick that up like anywhere. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, they all have felt squares. They're all pretty cheap. So I never use this hook. It's okay. I don't love it. So I just used my We Crochet dots hook for all of these so far. This is the yarn I have left. I think I have a smidge of green on the ground. The black I used up, and I actually ended up going into my stash for more. I just used Big Twist, the black, I don't know, the basic black from Big Twist. That's my green. I used all the white or so-called white, and then I used different white on the eyes for all of them. So I had my own that I mixed in with the kits. That's kind of the way it always goes, right? So save your scraps for your projects that you're doing amigurumis for, because even the smallest amount can make a huge difference. I thought I was going to have to go find green in my stash, but I didn't, so I was happy. Thoughts on these two sets so far, because I'll probably break this up and do the drink and the ice cream cone together in their own. These take way longer in my life to make than I thought they would. Like, kind of tedious, but amigurumi is, right? So let's compare. I did not use the safety eyes for any of these because I will freak out thinking our granddaughter is going to eat them. So I embroidered everything. Bring more light down here because I feel like it is not. So that is my Billy. Pretty darn close to what they had on the picture for him. I just sewed the leaf on the back. They never showed the back of Billy, so I didn't know. But I give little eye glints because I think they look so dull without it. And you see the glint in the eye from the photo that they took. So it just gives them a little bit of life. I think they look kind of evil without the eye glint. But there was a lot of blue left on him. I love this color blue, by the way. Very nice. Ruby doesn't look a lot like my picture. They told you how to do the eyes with 2 bumps in between, and I'll show you the picture from the pattern. The pattern picture does not look like that one. Let me grab it. I think Ruby on the pattern is cuter than Ruby on the box. Way cuter. Way cuter. So I kind of went in that spirit with that Ruby, because all rubies are going to be different depending on the maker. My eyes are completely different. Again, did not use the eyes. I don't like the V mouth very much at all. It worked on the taco, kind of. Like, it's not really a V, but it's kind of a V. I don't really like the V mouth. At least not on these guys. I didn't like it very much. So my Ruby looks nothing like their Ruby, but that's okay. Like I said, all rubies are going to be different. Now I'm showing you the top of Ruby because that's the way the top of Stella should look. But I changed Stella. Ruby is stuffed with felt. I also had to sew a lot of Ruby's popcorns shut, even with using the felt as a filling. There's gaps in there, and I'm not happy with it. I don't think popcorn stitch is good for an amigurumi. I just don't, unless you have backing. I did I did a gnome pattern. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. You know those guys, the monkeys. So I did that pattern, except I did it gnome style. And on my gnomes, they have popcorn beards. It's forgivable to me because it's backed. It's put on fabric. So your stuffing is not going to psh out. So, I mean, she's adorable. I love her. She was a lot of work. We had words. Like we had words. Stella is a strawberry. Her eyes are different than the box, and her smile's pretty close. I did my dashes different than the pattern said to. I like the smaller dashes. They look more like seeds to me. They did bigger dashes on theirs. I like the smaller dashes. I'm sorry, I've eaten a lot of strawberries and they look more like that. So her top. See how their tops are like, yeah, it didn't work out that way for me. I started sewing it and it started looking really stupid. So I decided I'm going hat style, and I gave her embellishments on her topping. So she has a lot of extra. My husband said she looks like Scarecrow. Okay. I gave her a glint in the eye. I gave her a seed for a nose. I thought she needed a nose. Her smile is a little wider and darker. But again, I had so much problems with Stella's face. I think out of all of them, her face was the worst to me. I had eyelashes on her for a while. She looked so evil. She looked like a little devil. I changed everything a lot. And this is the end product, Stella. She is child friendly. It works. It works. So Billy, the blueberry. Stella, the strawberry, and Ruby, the raspberry. They were fun. Billy is my favorite. Guys, I love blueberries. And he was so cute and easy to make, and I really enjoyed Billy. Billy was awesome. He looks like a little pot of gold. Like if he was a pot, he'd be a pot of gold. I love Billy. Tia the taco was the easiest thus far for the kits. So I'll have to make an executive decision whether I'm going to do a completely separate video for the drink and the ice cream cone, or if I'm going to just mash it all together into one video. Anyway, either way, very good patterns. I think they're written very well. I think their instruction is well. On these three guys, they gave you magic ring as an option to start. They gave you chaining so many and then joining as a start. And then on the raspberry, her topper is made with chain 2 and work into the beginning chain. They give you 3 different options on how you can start your projects, and I think that's awesome. I like that so much. So you can decide, you know, after you do the 3, which one you like best. I like all of them. I typically don't chain and join in a ring unless I feel like that is very needed, because I did that for, guys, I did that for like, I don't know, a really long time, over a decade at the least. So I love the magic ring, but I also like the method that they did on the raspberry, where you just chain 2 or whatever it was and then work into your beginning chain. That was really easy, and I feel like if you are newer, that makes more sense. it just makes more sense. Or if the magic ring is too fidgety for you, I like it better than the chain 4 anyway. I am going to go make some tea because I've had somewhat of a cold, and I need to, yeah, I need some honey. I need some tea. So either way, I will mash this into another video, or I'll make it separate. I'll make an ending for the video if I'm ending it here. Otherwise, I'll see you in a minute with the other two. So go check these out at Michael's. They're a lot of fun, guys. They're a lot of fun, and if you have more colors, more of this yarn in colors, you can make a lot of them. So Tia the Taco, Billy the Blueberry, Ruby the Raspberry, and Stella the Strawberry. That is what I made for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I rate these a pretty high rating for the kit itself. I don't love the hook, but it is usable, and there was enough yarn for everything. The instruction was amazing. The boba tea is Betsy. I did not do my tea exactly like they said. I also didn't do my ice cream just like they said. I'm kind of a wild card like that. So the tea, I do not have the tea box in here. This is the picture of the tea on the paper, but they're different on the box too, so it's hard to know. But I did not use their eyes because it is for a granddaughter, and she's not even 1 yet. So that's the difference in my tea compared to the tea on the paper. I made the straw shorter. I just did the boba down at the bottom a little closer, so it didn't look like she had a beard. Like I didn't like that look. I also stuffed mine fairly good. I feel like it's really stuffed. My flower I did different. I did my flower that I have a tutorial on the channel for. I'll try to remember to link that below. I did the eyes completely different, and I gave her eyebrows. I just thought it made her look a little more charming. Very easy to do. The yarn is nice. I like their instructions. There are no videos for these patterns. I did enjoy making them though. They're fun. So the eyes on Isla is different that I did. I gave her different eyelashes. Her cheek blush is a little different. Her smile is a little different. Did the stem on the cherry shorter. But she's pretty close to the same. I struggled with this section here, not understanding quite what they were asking, but I figured it out with a little bit of brain power. But these sets are decent sets, I think. Like I said, they're $9.99 at Michael's, and then you can use coupons, you can use your vouchers. Try to stand her up. She's a little bulbous on the end. But all together, all of these are loops and threads kits. All of the boxes look like this. They all show what they give you. None of them give stitch markers. They all have plastic hooks like this, which I did not like, and I used my wee crochet hook. I don't like the way they tie the yarn. I wish they would just put it in, you know, like ball form. This is an extra step for us, you know. It's just annoying. It's probably normal, but I find it annoying to have to untie the yarn and then wind it in a ball. Whatever. It's another step in the making process. So I don't love that. There's always enough stuffing. There has been enough yarn in every kit. I have not used any of the eyes. Like I said, this is for our granddaughter that's not 1 yet. She has a play kitchen, 2 play kitchens actually at her house, And so all of these items are for her to play in her play kitchen, and she loves them. And I plan on making her more, but I'm going to just wing my own on those. But these kits are good. I think these kits are good. I think they're worth the 10 bucks. I don't like their hook, but the hook is usable if you don't mind a plastic hook. I'm going to donate mine. I'm just going to give all of mine to the local Goodwill, but they're okay. Like, they're not terrible. They're a little bendy, so don't, you know, don't get too crazy, but they're better than the Dollar Tree kits. Those were, they're not unusable. They just hurt my hands, so I didn't use them. Like I said, I'm gonna gift them. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm giving to Goodwill, so that's just gonna be in that whole stuff that I give away. So I appreciated these kits. I liked them. I would buy them again. So the 3 berries together is a kit, the taco is a kit, the ice cream cone is a kit, and the boba tea is a kit. So 4 kits sit in front of you finished. The taco was the easiest. Super duper easy taco. So I may make a larger one of the taco because I think it would be a really cool pillow, you know, to lay your head on. I think that would be nice. But I'd have to find bright yarn. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that, but I think it's a cool idea. I have a couple of more kits that I want to review. Needle Creations. This is a cactus kit from Hobby Lobby. I already have it. Oof. That will be a review video once I get that done. I got that at Hobby Lobby, and then this one I picked up at Hobby Lobby as well. Leisure Arts. So those 2 will be coming up. I also picked up this book because I saw Summer have it. I like these guys. I like the caterpillar that she talked about. I love this guy right here. She is so cute. And there's just some cute ideas in here. There's dolls and stuff. And then I saw this, which broke my heart because I don't have it anymore. But apparently they had Crochet Now that had, and you guys probably already know this if you've had the magazine already, because I think it's been a minute or 2. Here is what I'm talking about. First of all, that fox I love. Oh my gosh, even his sweater is so stinking cute. So that was issue 64, and guys, yeah, that was issue 59. So it's been a hot minute. The deer, is that a deer? Yes, the deer. That's in this book. But see, they have such cute patterns in here, and this book was $20 at BAM. $20 at BAM. But I mean, this gnome looks like my gnome. I guess all gnomes look the same though, don't they? The penguin. Oh, the penguin. I love his hat. And just, they're so stinking cute. And there's so much work. Like, it's no joke. Like, you sit down and you think you're gonna whip something up, and it takes a hot minute to get these done. I don't love the Care Bears, but this bunny, look at it. So cute. Here's another deer. Candy the deer. She's so sweet. And then the donuts, which I think are cute. And I don't even think I need, like, I don't think I need pattern for any of this stuff. Like it's all things that I can eyeball and just make. But look at those. My camera keeps focusing stupid. I like the donuts, but I know I would do the faces different. I'd probably have a lot of fun with the donuts. I also think it would be awesome to make a donut pillow. This is the llama. So much work, but so cute. The poncho. Anyway, I picked up the book because I saw Summer talking about it. And oh, the caterpillar, that's the thing. So she showed the caterpillar in her video. I'll link Summer below so you know who I'm talking about if you don't already. Recently I had a discussion with our daughter-in-law about the hungry caterpillar and crocheting. So that's just something, it is to come in the future as far as amigurumi. And then my makes that I'm going to do, which I will show you on the channel. I'll show you how I'm making them. And then if you want to make them, you can too. I'm not going to be an amigurumi channel, but I am enjoying the process. And I know our granddaughter is going to love these for years to come. Although she was trying to feed our youngest daughter, who is 21, she was trying to feed her the strawberry, and so our daughter pretended to eat the strawberry, and then our granddaughter proceeded to try to eat the strawberry and did not like the texture. So she knows they're not food. She already knows they're disgusting in your mouth. And she's not one. I think she's a genius, but hey, what grandma wouldn't think that? But she's super smart, and she loves things with faces. Like, she likes to look at faces. So all of these she will appreciate and love, and I know for years to come, you know, they're not going anywhere. So thank you for watching these videos. I appreciate you. Stay tuned for all that's to come. Take care. Bye.